Doctrine of Severability in Indian Constitutional Law. Imagine a law where some parts are fair and constitutional, but other parts violate the Constitution. Should the entire law be struck down, or can the valid parts survive? This is where the doctrine of severability comes in, a vital principle in Indian constitutional jurisprudence. What is the doctrine of severability? The doctrine of severability states, if part of a law is unconstitutional, that part can be severed or struck down, while the rest of the law remains valid. It allows courts to preserve the useful portions of legislation without invalidating the entire law. This doctrine ensures that legislative intent is respected to the maximum extent possible. Origin and legal basis. The doctrine is derived from Article 13 of the Constitution of India, which states that any law inconsistent with fundamental rights is void to the extent of the inconsistency. It has been applied in several landmark cases, including Keshavananda Bharati v. State of Kerala, affirming that only unconstitutional parts of a law can be struck down. Golaknath v. State of Punjab, emphasizing the protection of fundamental rights while upholding valid legislative intent. How the doctrine works. Suppose a law has two sections. Section A allows citizens to vote freely. Section B imposes unfair restrictions based on religion. Section B violates Article 14, right to equality. Under the doctrine of severability, Section B is struck down. Section A remains valid and enforceable. This ensures that the law continues to function to the extent it aligns with the Constitution. Key features. 1. Partial invalidity. Only unconstitutional parts are invalid, the rest survives. 2. Preserves legislative intent. The law is not nullified entirely, respecting the purpose behind its enactment. 3. Applies to pre- and post-Constitution laws, works with laws made before or after 1950, as long as they conflict with fundamental rights. 4. Complementary to doctrine of Eclipse. Eclipse, a law inconsistent with fundamental rights, becomes dormant. Severability, invalid parts are cut out, valid parts remain operative. Example: 1950 law provides education benefits to all children but also discriminates against a certain community. Discriminatory clauses violate Article 15, prohibition of discrimination. Court applies severability, invalidates discriminatory clauses, preserves general education provisions. Thus, the law continues to operate for the majority without enforcing unconstitutional provisions. Significance. The doctrine of severability ensures constitutional compliance without destroying legislative work, balances fundamental rights with legislative intent, provides practical solutions for partial unconstitutionality. It is a cornerstone of judicial review in India, allowing courts to refine rather than reject laws wholesale. Closing. In simple terms, if part of a law is bad, the court cuts out the bad. The rest of the law remains alive and enforceable. The doctrine of severability is a tool of judicial wisdom, ensuring the Constitution protects rights without unnecessarily paralyzing legislation.